Alright, I think we are on. Welcome. This is part 1 of I don't know how many, where I will try to explain what I know. I wanted to make this video a while back actually, but I wanted to upload it as a whole complete package. However, what I wanted to do, see, the problem is I'm really fucking good at this. However, it is in my head. It's in my head, right? So I don't know how to get it out in a digestible, teachable way. So today I just decided, you know, why not just freeball it? Just you know, maybe it will come out naturally. We will see. All right, let's draw out some lines. So I'm thinking really hard about what to say about what I'm doing, but it's all basically autopilot. So I'm gonna try my best, all right? But this, you know, it's the first time, so it will probably take a while for me to get used to talking to myself with a microphone in my face. But it will only get better from here, probably. Right now, I'm just waiting for either side to break, and we'll go from there. All right, so we broke down. Let me get that out of there. Clean it up a little bit. All right, so what I'm hoping to happen is it broke through there, right? So we came down. I'm expecting it to now move up, take this out, which will fill it in this general area, and then it will move down. Let me go and draw out this low as well. All right. So we're about to break top side on this, and hopefully fill in this area and not go above that. All right, we broke through. We are currently in this area. Let's see what it does. Let's draw out the top of this candle right there. All right, that's good. And let's shorten this as well so it doesn't clutter up the rest. There we go. All right, what am I waiting for? Basically, I'm hoping for a pullback out and then a little tap, nudge, whatever you want to call it, back in as a what you would call a retest. All right, so what did I just draw? Basically 2 lines, right? If it goes below this, I'm hoping for the same thing to happen that it did right there, which means it will go down and then back up. The reason it sounds kind of weird, you know, I don't have any terms to call these things, right? They're lines right now. If I come up with a better name, I will definitely use that. All right, hold on. We got a break right there. Let's draw that. There we go. All right, there we go. Basically, these are my own. This is my own approach, right? I don't trade anything else. I don't trade any other concepts or structures or whatever. These are my own. This is my own system, right? And I don't have pretty names for anything because honestly, I didn't expect to be, I don't know, teaching it potentially if there's interest for it. All right, let's do our first projection. I'm gonna set it right there at the start of this box, and let's set it right there. 49 seems good. And I mean, let's I don't fucking know. 12 to 1 is good. 20 to 1 is good. Even this 4 to 1 is good. I'm gonna set it at the lowest because why not, right? There we go. All right, 21 trade. Cute. All right, that definitely would have filled. All right, we just broke the low a little bit. Let's see if it goes a little farther. It did. All right, that's good enough for me. So now you could get another entry down if you missed this one, for example, or if you just want another entry. So let's set this, and we can target. All right, 1 to 60. Nice. That is probably not realistic, but it's the second entry. You could trade it back up from there, but if you're scalping, but you know, I'm not doing that. This low would probably be a more realistic target, so let's see what that would get you. 14-1, that's still very good. I am going to overlay it on top of there just for reference. There we go. This one I would absolutely set this low. Why not, right? But a 1 to 60, that's a little bit overkill. I could probably widen up the stop a little bit as well. It's 3 ticks in total, that's tiny. Ooh. All right, that's perfect. Holy fucking shit, I'm good. All right, we broke through. So if you took this shorter trade, that would have been a take profit. Let's see how far it goes. You can probably trade off of this, but that would be a very large area. So I wouldn't do that. All right, we broke to the downside again, which means we can look for another spot to enter. All right, you could probably try to trade it like that, but I'm not going to right now. All right, I am going to mark out the top of these two candles. It's basically between, it's a range between these two right now. So we're just going to be waiting. Most of trading is just waiting. It's like 90%. It's just watching paint dry. That's just how it is. And yeah, like I said, you could probably trade it off of that. Like you could have done something like that. Either one would probably have worked, but I'm keeping it off. All right, so the uninformed would probably think this is a reversal. Price goes up, goes down a little bit, goes up, right? Wrong. I can almost guarantee you this is not a reversal. So we are going to do the complete opposite. We're going to be trading it down. Yep. And you know what? Instead of waiting for it to come up, let's trade it up. So let's set a projection. That looks fine. To, I would say this. So it takes this high out. And then let's also And then let's also set the other trade. All right, I want to say let's get it one tick above that, and then let's take it down. All right, 20 to 1, 4 to 1, 4.5 to 1. Yeah, it looks good. I mean, it's going at least at the very minimum below that low. I'll just keep them both. But honestly, I would probably take this one to this low. I don't think I would have gotten it all the way down. But we'll see what happens. All right, this would have gotten entered right about there, 2 ticks. And no, this is not a counter trend trade. Even though these have all been shorts, this is not a counter trend. Because in my humble opinion, trend doesn't exist. All right, that would have closed this trade and entered both of these. Let's mark that out real quick. There we go. So yeah, down. How can you know it's going down? Because I'm the best. And it sounds funny, but I actually believe that to be true. I don't think there's anyone better than me at this. It sounds really egotistical when I say it out loud like that. But I have yet to come across somebody that can do this better than me. But so far, everyone that I have come across, I mean, it's not even a fair comparison. I mean, look at this, what I've done in the past, 2 hours, maybe. I haven't had a single loss yet. This is at least 100R. Easily. I'm going to mark out this low. And then if it breaks down, we can get another short entry. Of course, if it breaks up, we're going to look for longs, but I'm still pretty confident this one will play out. Let's move this down there, and then there we go. I'll probably take this one away later. But yeah, if it isn't clear, I'm expecting this. There we go. Something like that. I mean, there are entries everywhere. You just need to know where to look. In my opinion, there is no overtrading. Overtrading doesn't exist. It just lets you know your approach is shit sooner. So I am an advocate of overtrading. As long as you follow your system, you can overtrade. It's just data. All right, I don't think this would have gotten filled, honestly. This is just one tick. All right, that would have gotten a take profit. I'm going to take it off because it looks ugly. But it would have worked out if you took it. All right, yeah, that is definitely a break. I'm going to mark out this area right there. That's fine. And yeah, this has been broken, so we will get a tiny correction probably into this area. All right, let's see if it goes above it. All right, no break. I am going to slightly extend it. There we go. All right, that's a break. Which would have also been the take profit of this trade right there. And because it broke, I'm now expecting it to go back into this zone and potentially go up a little bit more. All right, so basically I just marked out the highs and lows of what I've been doing the entire time, basically. That's a break. Let's get that out of there. And let's wait for a new low. Okay, that's a break to the upside. Let's remove that line. Okay. Interesting. And it's coming back down. All right, that tells me that we can get this out of there and we can trade off this area right there. Damn. All right, that's a break. All right, let's set a order. I'm going to open up the stop a little bit since it is a little jumpy. That should be fine. Let's target the low. And let's set another one because I think you can use this as a confirmation order. All right, looks good. And yeah, it did go lower. So let's redo that position. Let's set it to the same. Let's keep the stop loss the same, but we are targeting more. So that became almost a 7-to-1 trade, which is way better than a 5-to-1, than a 5-to-1. I mean, 5-to-1 is all right. All right, that is an entry. All right, that's a break. All right, so a little bit of back and forth. So let's mark that out. And yeah, it's probably going to break through this low as well. Yep. All right, cool. This 7-to-1 would have been take profit. All right, let's mark out this low and this high. We're gonna move it if it goes higher, but it doesn't seem like it. All right, that was a quick break. Let's mark that out. There we go. We are looking good. We are looking good. All right, we broke through. Let's see what it does at this bit we marked out earlier. All right, that is great. We are going to trade off that. Yeah, that seems good. Let's target this. And we'll set a projection right about there. A little bit of a wide stop. 1 to 4. All right, that's pretty bad. I'm going to tighten it up slightly. There we go. All right, 1 to 5. It would probably be safer to target the top of this, of that high. But I think this will work as well. That is an entry. Let me just mark out this zone so it's a little bit clearer to see. I want to trade it down. Let's trade it down. Let's set a stop. I think this is fine. There we go. 11. Very nice. Of course, you can also do entries closer to the half. And if you do that, you get substantially better ratios. But I generally don't like doing that because you miss out on a bunch of trades. And I cannot stand, I absolutely cannot stand when, for example, you have a trade like this, right? And then price does something like this. And I absolutely hate that. I hate this. I would have rather than had a slightly worse ratio. I mean, this is objectively terrible, but I mean, for a beginner, 1 to 1 is fine. But I would rather have a worse ratio than miss a trade. I hate this. All right, that is a take profit hit on this trade and an entry on this one. All right, that is a break on this low. And I mean, I would be surprised if it didn't clear this gap. Exactly. All right. So that is a take profit on all of the trades. Very nice. Let's do some quick math. All right. 22 plus 14 plus 60 plus 4.5 plus 8 plus 20 plus 683. What is that? 14.5 plus 489 plus 11.83. 186 risk reward ratio. Which means if you were to risk $100 on each of these trades, you would end up with about $16,000. 17. Is that realistic to expect? Probably not. But I just wanted to demonstrate what my, I guess you could call them concepts, what you can do with my concepts, what's theoretically possible. If this was a live account, I would probably just have kept it at this first position. I forgot what time I started, but I would have been done in like half an hour, maybe an hour tops. You can trade this as well, probably. This zone right there. $15. But, you know, it's something. It definitely is something. But yeah, anyway, that was it for today. This is the first video of I don't know how many. I will think of a way so I can articulate the things I am doing better and that I can actually teach what I'm doing instead of just doing it. So if this has been helpful or at least interesting, give the video a like and subscribe. It's free, and if you change your mind, you can always unsubscribe later. But yeah, I mean, my concepts are undefeated. I mean, look at this. This is what, 3 hours? A little over, under, I don't know. I don't know anybody else that can do this. I'm just factually speaking. Other than me. I don't have an outro, so that's it.